Hello, I am your Empress Divine, Miss Tasha Turner herself. Welcome to Queendom Come. Let me get everything all set up and the screen all pulled up so I can get into this daily tarot reading with y'all. Oh, new angles, who this? But what a difference it makes to the whole vibe of a reading when you turn the camera a little bit. Because I'm sure looking at just the table is a little boring. You ain't seeing much more at this angle, but I don't know, it just opens up the space. So you're welcome. This is the daily tarot reading for the collective, March 7th, 2019. 7 days into the third month. 3 plus 7 equals 10. Mm. Plus 3 equals out to 4. And 13 would be 4. So it's a 4-day. Oh. Excuse me, guys. Might be a good day to get some stability. Focus on taking care of the home. May even be in communication with family. Let's see what else is going on for us. March 7th, 2019. Yeah, there's Blue's Clues in the background, if y'all can hear that. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords, the Three of Swords, Two of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. I feel like either we are trucking along through something that's a disappointing situation, or we're actually getting some answers or some truth out of unanswered questions or heartbreak that we may have experienced within a relationship. Um, I don't want to just limit this to, like couples. A close between any two people who just really care for each other and really love each other and have a real bond. So it could be family, just like I was saying before I start laying out cards. It could be family, or the family that you're born into, or the family that you choose, which would include a person that you would be like a life partner with, a soulmate, or whatever have you, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, boo thing, whatever it is that you're doing in your love life. But it could be family also. Also, like somebody who's close enough as a friend that you would consider them like family. I see some clarity here and a victory over a disappointment or a heartbreak. So something that they did, um, like kind of pierced your heart. Then I feel like today maybe you get some truth about it. Not saying that it necessarily comes from them, but I do see that on one side, the person who is more of the feminine energy, you're the one who kind of heals from a heartbreak, the one who gets those questions answered, or you get some clarity about a situation, whether it comes from the other party or not. But I do see the other party taking action. They could have like a boost in self-esteem and could find themselves making big strides to get away from something that was kind of bringing them down. So if they were in an energy of lying or holding things back, or doing things that were hurtful, I see that they are starting to step out of that energy. They're starting to kind of show off a new type of energy. They're transforming, I feel like. And I think their mind is more on the relationship also, whereas at first it may have been more kind of self serving, which could have resulted in lies or in heartbreak, in them doing things that disappointed you and that they knew was not good for the relationship or the connection. It's like they were the ones who were stepping out of the connection, who were letting the connection down. But I feel like there's some action being taken today on the 7th where they're getting out of that energy, getting away from the lies, getting away from the toxic behaviors, the learned patterns that just really don't do them any good. I feel like they were kind of still operating in what I like to call survival mode. It's like you're not really living, you're just surviving. And I think even when the circumstances or the conditions around them was different, like even when they had found someone that they're passionate about, or even when they had the support of somebody who's really, who sees them for them and who's eye to eye with them, and doesn't look down on them, doesn't hold them up. It's a very aligned connection that's here that I'm seeing here. The one person who was, kind of doing the playing around or the moving around, the sneaking around, maybe some lying, just those, behaviors that I call survival. It's like they learn those behaviors at some point, probably in their childhood, probably because something that had to do with their mother, or they were taught to kind of have some type of hatred or something toward their mother, or they just really developed an issue with their mother. I feel like that's where those behaviors came from. And this is the party that, is more so on the side of who's not as spiritually evolved, or who's still, kind of in that 3D mindset and not really seeing the big picture, not really looking or seeing the signs and symbols that the universe gives us. Somebody who I would call like, I guess in the 3D they would be a believer, but I would say like, as far as spirituality, they'd probably be like a non-believer. Like they would be the type of person who'd be like the universe. Universe. Like that type of person who kind of like is a bit skeptical, or who kind of is kind of condescending, I feel, when it comes to spirituality. Like maybe you've spoken about your spirituality before with this person and they're a bit condescending, I feel. They kind of look at you like you're crazy, or try to talk down on what it is that you're doing, or maybe even make fun of it. Don't take that personally. That's that person's own mess. Like they've been in survival mode for so long, and they've been unhappy with their own circumstances in their own life for so long that they can't even fathom something as beautiful as the type of things that the more spiritual person talks about. They really can't even understand that level of connection with the higher power. They're more like still in that oppressed mentality where they are like nothing to some big god in the sky who is just waiting to punish you whenever you do something wrong. It's like they're kind of still on that level. So like that's the place where they were coming from, but I feel like they are making some strides into a new mindset. Like their energy is changing. Maybe they are starting to notice signs. Their energy is starting to shift a little bit, I feel. And I do feel like it's because the more spiritual oriented person, and in them starting to shift a little bit, the more spiritual person is starting to get more clarity. I feel like the spiritual person is also becoming more at peace. That's where the clarity may lie. Like you may never actually get, a verbal apology from this person, because while I feel that they would be moving away from that energy of being in survival or carrying those toxic behaviors or just kind of dwelling in a lower vibration, while I feel like they're moving away from it, I don't feel like this is necessarily an energy of expressing it. It's more just like actions changing. So you may never actually get an apology from this person. It's just like they may come into you, or they come to you, and their energy is different. And I feel like on the more spiritual side, it's like you don't have that problem with the ego, whereas you need them to necessarily express, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this, that, and the other. You can see a person for who they really are. You can see their soul, you can see their spirit. So you see through it. You see where they were dealing with you from a heartbroken perspective. You see where they were dealing with you from a place of having experienced trauma and really having healed from it. you have the clarity to see that, and that helps you, whatever you were disappointed about, in terms of your relationship with them, or wherever you were hurting because of something that may have been done or prior to today, or to whenever you see this reading. I feel like you just get some victory over that feeling, or you get enough clarity so you're able to heal it. And you may even be able to heal it yourself, because like I said, they may not come in, saying I'm sorry. It's just you feel an energy shift. And I feel like that's the best apology anyway. Like, don't come to me saying you're sorry and you're gonna keep doing the same thing. Or saying, I just hope you'll forgive me for being like so and so, because that's just the way I am. No, 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 no. That's not what we're doing. If you are apologizing or if you are sorry, you need to repent. And I don't mean like repent to me as if I'm God. I mean repent being a change of heart. And I do feel like a change of heart comes today, but it may not be expressed on their end. It's just like you may be able to see there being a change of heart. And when somebody has a change of heart, their behaviors follow. So you'll see their behaviors changing, you'll see their energy changing, the way that they approach you changes. I think that for those who are in a relationship, the person would be more marriage minded, or they would be just thinking about steps they can take to try to move this relation forward to a marriage. And I'm seeing that because with the Ace of Wands card, um, when you see the Four of Wands card, there's this tower here, and the tower is, like where the celebration is happening, is all decorated, for the wedding ceremony or the anniversary ceremony or whatever it is, the celebration about a couple. But I see that same tower off in the distance on this wand card, and it's like this person is starting to move away from, just being in that kind of maybe a player energy, or you know what I mean, like that energy of just being in a lower vibration. They're starting to move forward and direct their energy toward one day, off in the horizon they see marriage. So they may not come in necessarily talking about, I want to marry you. They may not propose to you as soon as they come to you, but it could just be like you see husband material in them when they come back to you. Like their behavior, their energy is different. They may come in as like husband or wife material, and that could be, the thing that heals your heart. Because I feel like on your end you still just have some disappointments, or you're dealing with some disappointments about this person. I do feel like on March 7th you could have something that happens and you're able to heal that. You're able to move forward. And maybe you end up not wanting that from that person, but I still see that you are able to reconcile in terms of at least being friends, at least getting to that place of saying, you know what, I care for you as a person. I may not want to go that route with you, but I'm healed enough to where I can still be a friend. I do see a relationship here for the couples. Like you could still be at least a friend relationship, like a real tight knit friend, even possibly a best friend moving forward. You might be best friends or friends with benefits, but I do see at least a friendship here moving forward. For those who are just not dealing with somebody that's in a relationship, like I said, it could be a family member who is just like, very toxic, or kind of put you down a lot. And I think they're just able to see that you have so much more to offer. They're able to see clearly, for whatever reason, that you are going somewhere in life, that you are going to be somebody, and maybe where they were kind of putting you down is like now they see, well, wait a minute, like, you know, there's something to what she's talking about, or there's something to whatever he's doing. And it's like even before you really have something to celebrate, even before any big milestones happen with whatever it is you're doing in life, it's like they can kind of see that you have potential to do something big or be something big. And it's like, well, dang, I don't want to be left behind, so let me get my act together. And I know that sounds kind of, it sounds kind of like a user, or a leech, somebody who just wants to be around you because they see something big about to pop off in your life. But sometimes you just have to You just have to realize that that's just kind of where people are on their spiritual journey. And I'm not saying that you necessarily have to, completely take this person back in your life. Just like I was saying about folks in a relationship, you may not, accept their change of heart and wanting to be in a relationship with you, but you can at least be friends. If a family member comes in and all of a sudden their energy is changing, and it's because they can kind of see that you are actually somebody, that you have some status or you have some influence or you have power, that your career is about to take off or your life is changing for the better, and they want to be in on the party, you don't necessarily have to take this person in and they be your best cousin or y'all don't have to be buddy buddy. You don't have to force a relationship with them. The big pertinent energy about what I'm seeing here is the Ace of Swords, and there's Three of Swords on your side, being that you get some healing, or you get some truth, or you get to cut through the heartbreak, or you get some vindication. Like you, something is there where, yeah, you may have had some scars or some wounds, or somebody may have hurt you, but in the end, it's like you win. you know, I really feel like it's that energy of like you win. Because somebody else who was kind of in a lower energy, I feel like they're coming away from that and they're starting to direct their energy toward, having some type of celebration or having a good relationship, at least clearing the air with you so that they can be able to be there and root for you during your successes. I know it sounds bad. I'm trying to explain the best way I can. I don't want you to look at this person like, oh, this bitch a gold digger. Oh, this person just want to be around me because, I'm doing better in life. People do that. People do that. People like to be around people who make them feel good, and people who have a lot of people who are successful make people feel good. They want to be associated with that. So, like I said, you don't have to keep this person around you. They don't have to be in your pocket. Just come to that understanding with them. Just look at them and, um, you're a more spiritual person. I'm not saying be the bigger person, but you're just a more spiritual person. So you understand things from a deeper level. Just try to understand this person. Just try to understand. Even though you feel like they may be coming to, chase your crumbs and, snatch your crumbs or whatever the case may be. Just try to be understanding. Cause at the least you're gonna be like, dang, you used to like play me out. You used to talk crazy to me. Now when you see me coming up, now you want to be all in my face. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. So that could be the victory that you have over disappointment. Like, wow, your whole energy changed. Like your whole energy changed. You used to be so like nasty or spiteful, or used to say such mean things or condescending to me, and your whole energy is changing. Wow. So you could get that type of feeling from somebody too. But yeah, take it as it resonates. Only you know who this person is and what this relationship is. I've read the energy for many different ways, many different circumstances. So if it applies, like, let me know what's going on in the comments, and I thank y'all for watching. See y'all later. Bye.